Hello and welcome back to my channel. Glory to Jesus, honor to Mary and Joseph. Let me share a story with you that my father told us. Many years ago, there was a man who became so godly popular because his greeting was, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." Each time he passes, people will hail, "The Lord is my shepherd." He will answer, "I shall not want." This became the daily thing morning and evening among the villagers. He was a fisherman. He was a happy man who enjoyed his fishing work and appreciated God for being his shepherd. His popularity grew that the king saw him as a threat. The king felt that the man was becoming more known and popular than him. This man has got no royal ring in his finger, nor crown on his head, never nor sat on the royal throne. He was a village fisherman who has a greeting among the people, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." The village was preparing for the celebration of one of the festivals. The furious king and his cabinet decided to honor the man on the D-Day with the Greek offer. They planned to bring him down to see if the man whom he calls is his shepherd, whom he calls his shepherd, will save him. You have become so popular with your profession as a fisherman. You have contributed so much to the growth and happiness of the people who chorus your greetings morning and night. The king said, "We want to honor you on the day of the village celebration in the full view of all. Furthermore, we wish you to do us a favor. The ring of the king will be given to you to keep, so that on that fateful day, you may present to the king as the custodian of the king's royal ring, and the title will be given to you." The man, while smiling, accepted and said, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." Fear the Greek even when they bring gifts. Oh good God, he never knew they were seeing him as an enemy, though he never saw them as enemies. He kept the king's ring in the full view of his wife, who shared in his goodly popularity. Evening came and morning came. Few weeks to go. The same people came back to the house to greet the family, but just to find out if he had gone to the riverside for his occupation. Immediately they realized his absence. They lured the wife to steal the ring from where the husband kept it for a bogus pay. The woman screamed and shouted in anger. She refused to do their wish against the husband. They insisted with appeal and gifts, and she collected the bogus pay and betrayed the husband, whose Lord is the shepherd. As a young man in my junior secondary school days, I once asked my father, "How come those who hurt people are those close to them?" He said, "It is because we share most of our secrets with them." The man and his wife and the wife, on the evening that the ring was given to him, spent almost the late hours contemplating the honor done to them, and at the end, before lying to sleep, decided by the votes of two of them to keep the ring where it has now been stolen by the wife. The wife never told him the people visited. They continued living as a family. Morning and evening, the villagers chorused the greeting, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want," he will respond. 4 market days to the D-Day, envoys from the king's palace came and reminded him he was not perturbed at all because he knew where he kept it and that the Lord is his shepherd. 2 days to go, he decided to get prepared for the celebration. He brought out small box where they kept the ring. It was empty. He shouted, "The Lord is my shepherd." At this, the wife ran to the room thinking he was in trouble due to the tone he used. "Yes, there is trouble. The king's ring is missing." Oh dear, the wife searched vigorously and thoroughly with the husband as if she were not aware of the missing ring. Sleep eluded the good man, and his heart shook like the big tree being tossed by a strong wind. His mind traveled to places and across eventful memories faster than the rays of light. The hotness that greeted his head gave a dent of burns on his pillow. His legs shook like a child learning to stand for the first time. The clapping of his teeth resounds more than the gong of a town crier. The man became weak and weary. In all of this, he would always say, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want," though now on a low tone. If the story ends here, have you got the message? We said, "No, Papa." That morning, the village woke up to the day of their festivities. They would see their popular man being honored for his good personality. The king and his cabinet prepared to execute a man who placed his trust in God, his shepherd. The wife has now become the enemy of her love husband. The man woke up and went to do his last fishing. How does one's life end just because he is doing the right thing? Sometimes you may not do anything wrong before people see you as a threat. Most of the time, your gifts, talent, resilience, charisma, your age, position, attitude make them angry, but you don't know. Sometimes it is even better not to know since the Lord is your shepherd. Since ignorance give bliss, due to lack of sleep the previous night, his fishing that morning was not successful. He caught just one fish. As he walked home, people hailed him as usual. He answered, but his voice was low. They wondered what has happened to their hero, who actually does not need any honor, for greater is the honor given by nature through the people. He couldn't even sell the fish and wouldn't allow the wife to prepare the meal either. He had said, let me eat my last meal and prepare for the consequences of the missing ring and wrath of my enemies. He set to cut the fish, slicing it into different pieces. As he did that, his wife hit something, and the noise was loud, for he sounded coy. He became so much interested. He sliced, and lo and behold, he discovered the king's ring in the belly of the fish. Ha 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 ha! I'm just smiling and crying at this point of the story and writing. He wanted to shout, and Lord, he decided to say it in his heart. He started whistling until he finished eating. He took the ring and placed it inside the inner pocket of his trousers, behind the pockets located at his right thigh. It was time for the occasion. He went with the beautiful wife. The people were cheering for the occasion. It was colorful. It was his time to present the king's ring with procession, since at the end of such procession, he would be honored. Immediately they called his name. The people leapt for joy. They shouted, "The Lord is my shepherd." He responded with gusto, "I shall not want." Those standing by who knew the evil plot said to one another, "Look at him, who ought to bury his head in anguish since he would be dying in a few hours. The Lord is my shepherd. Present the king's ring and receive your honor." Bagam, gengem. His wife was ashamed of her actions. The palace was ready to descend on him, and the people were cheering. He dipped his 2 fingers into the inner pocket, and lo and behold, presented the king's ring, and there was both jubilation and confusion at the same time. What happened? As they wondered, he screamed, "The Lord is my shepherd." The people chorused, "I shall not want." Was he honored by the king that day? That will be another story. As at the time of the writing of this piece, the king and his cabinet were still in that confusion. What happened? How? Why? This was their confusion. Now, this is it. When they took the ring from the wife, they went straight to the river and threw it far, far in. The same God who is our shepherd, he who sustains the universe and directs the movement of the cosmic powers and controls the elements and creatures of nature, commanded the fish to swallow the ring. That was the only fish the man caught on the morning he was to die. You see that the Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. His life was spared by the same God who is his shepherd. The integrity of the man's trust in God gives greater honor to God through the people whom he inspires and inspires to praise God as the shepherd. If you can remember, as kids growing up, we learned and memorized Psalm 23, the Lord is my shepherd, and John 3:16, for God so loved the world, for on them lied the story of our salvation in and through Jesus Christ. God, who is our shepherd, is always aware. He is with us. This story is long, but I'm sure you must have learned your lesson. Today is Good Shepherd Sunday. Today, the Lord is our shepherd. Continue to say this: God will always be our shepherd. Happy Sunday. Bye-bye.